This lesson will review interior and exterior angle sums of a triangle. I will show you in the classroom how these ideas are used on the ACT college entrance exam. Okay, let's talk about interior and exterior angle sum of a triangle. Couple rules we need to talk about first. First, the interior angle sum of a triangle is 180 degrees. Second, a straight angle is equal to 180 degrees. Let me show what I mean by straight angle. That's a straight angle. If you were to put another ray in here and say I had this labeled A and this labeled B, if you added angle A and angle B, that would have to equal 180 degrees, and that plays an important role with a lot of geometry situations. Third one, the exterior angle sum of a triangle is equal to 360 degrees. And I want to prove that to you before we work with any other questions. Let's draw an equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangles are also equilateral. That means all the angles are the same degree measures and all the sides are the same length. So that means each angle here has to be 60 degrees. Why? Because we know that the interior angle sum of a triangle is 180 degrees. That's the first thing I covered. If you got three angles all the same, you take 180 divided by 3, you get 60. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create one exterior angle from each vertex. So maybe you can draw one from this vertex. That's an exterior angle. Let's draw one from this one. And maybe we'll come up this way for the other one. You're only drawing one exterior angle, so you got three exterior angles. Now we know that if you create a straight line, which is what we've just done, is we create a straight line. You got 60 here. That makes this guy 120. 60 here. This makes a straight angle. That has to be 120. You got 60 here. This makes a straight angle. That has to be 120 also. You add up. You have 120 three times. That's 360. That works with any triangle. The exterior angle sum is 360. Don't think any more about it. Now let's take a look at some problems you could have to deal with. One, say you had a triangle and you had some variable expressions for each angle. You had 2x on the bottom. You had x minus 12. Here are the base on the right angle. And the top one, we'll call it 3x. Let me give you some vertices for this triangle. A here, B here, and C over in the bottom left. Now, say you were asked to find the measure of angle A. Well, you're going to have to figure out what x is first. And once you figure out what x is, you can come up here and put that value for x, and then multiply times 3 and answer your question. So let's make sure we're answering the question. It wants you to find the measure of angle A. Sometimes the question in the ACT will just ask you to find what x is, and that's fine. That's what a lot of people do, but a lot of times they're going to ask you to do a little bit more than that. So make sure you're answering what they ask. So what we know is if we add all these angles up, 3x plus 2x plus x minus 12, that has to equal 180 degrees. All right, so let's combine our terms. We've got all our x's here. 3 and 2, that's 5. Another x, we got 6x minus 12 equals 180. Now we're going to add 12 to both sides, so we're going to get 6x equals 192. Then we're going to divide both sides by 6. Don't worry, you got your handy dandy calculator, and I did that for you, and I got 32 for that. Now, if you look, your choices on ACT will probably be for this question. Choice A, I bet you it's 32, and you think, oh, that's an answer, that's the number I got. Did you answer the question? No, you did. You didn't find out what the measure of angle A is. We know x is 32. That's great. That's what's needed to solve that, but the measure of angle A is going to be 3 times 32, because that's what x is. We have it up here, so it's helpful to see it. So 3 times 32, and I believe that's 96 for that one, and that is your degree measure for angle A. Now let's take a look at one more example. They could give you a triangle, and they could extend the sides here. I'm going to put A here for that angle. I'm going to extend this one here a little bit. I'm going to call that angle B. I'm going to extend this one here. I'm going to call this angle C here. Those are the exterior angles. A, B, and C are the exterior angles of this triangle. And they could put a 40-degree measure here and a 60-degree measure here. And here's what they're going to ask you to find. Find the sum of angle A, angle B, and angle C. If you already know that the exterior angle sum of a triangle is 360, you know those are 3 exterior angles. This has to equal 360, and you are done. That's quick and easy. They give you 40 and 60 in there. There's another way you can do that. You can figure out what this angle measure is, because that makes a straight angle. You'd take 180 minus 40. You would have 140 here. You do this guy here. You would take 60 from 180. That's 120. Then you'd have to figure out what this angle is. Well, we know the interior angle sum of a triangle is 180, so we got 100 right here. That would make this 80. That would make this, since it's a straight angle, this would have to be 100 right here. And if you add your 140, 120, and 100, what do you get? 360. That takes probably twice, maybe 3 times the amount of time, maybe even, it's so much quicker. If you just know the exterior angle sum of any triangle is 360, and they give you a question like that, you should be done and gone to the next problem.